Hi guys. Today's video is about practical mindfulness. This is a way to get yourself centered, starting your day even if you don't have time for formal meditation. My name is Paul and welcome to Path of Ascension. So when I initially intended to do this video on practical meditation or practical mindfulness, um, I make notes and I have outlines of things to try to keep things in order so I don't have to do a vast amount of editing. But it did occur to me just as I started to do this video that, maybe one of the most important things to do first thing when you wake up is sit up and think about all the great things about you.
Is this for real? Like for real, for real?
Yes.
I'm glad to hear that.
And the reason I say this is because, a lot of days you're bombarded with a lot of negativity, and one of the main things that courses through a person during their day is they're feeling this sort of overview feeling of unworthiness, which as we meditate and as we go deeper, we recognize is just false. It's just your mind based on, judgments and beliefs that you have from the past that other people told you or that you've adopted. Eventually you're going to let all this stuff go, and it might be one thing at a time. In the meantime, allow space and create space for all the good things about you. If you are kind during the day, or if you're compassionate, or you listen to people, whatever it is that you have in your heart that is one of your great traits, I would start listing them first thing in the morning. Let's get that mindset first.
Good job.
So my second point, which is actually my first point in my outline, was that when you wake up, you have to look at that as kind of a microcosm of your awakening, because you are at the most quiet and the most susceptible, and it's a really good time to start the day out with a singular focus. Okay? A lot of us have busy lives and busy days in front of us, and we don't really have the time to do a formal meditation in the morning. And some of us, when we try to do a formal meditation in the morning, we're so sleepy we might just fall back asleep. So there are other ways that you can get yourself centered and mindful. I'm going to talk about those.
And we have a quiz tomorrow. What?
So first, let me give you an example why this occurred to me, because I had just gotten up, I had a work day ahead of me, and I was sitting up, I had a cup of coffee, and I decided to, resist the temptation to check media and all this other stuff, email. And I just sat there with a coffee, and I drank it, and I just decided to just be that, just be me there drinking coffee. And I was holding the cup in front of me, and I was looking at my thumbs.
Cuckoo.
And I really recognized that this was somebody looking out through my eyes. It was the me. I was the observer. I was not the body, not the mind. And it was very sort of centering space to be in. And all I was doing was just sitting there. Now, I know that that's difficult for some people to do, but I will tell you, the more you practice this, the less your mind goes all over, especially in the morning, because you kind of wake up with a clean slate. That is one example. I mean, there's other things you can do. For example, I like music a lot. If there's a piece of music that really moved you and really touched you, that's a great time to just put it on and just listen. Just let yourself get absorbed in that. You wouldn't have any other thoughts. You're just totally focused on that music. If you like poetry and there's a poem, get it set up the night before. In the morning, pull it out and read it. Read it slowly. Read it so you can understand it. Read it with your full attention. Anything you do with your full attention cuts out all the static and sets that tone for being centered during the day. So once you find that thing that quiets you down and gets you sort of centered, then what a good practice would be is to set a intention for the day. So some days you may wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to be grateful for everything that I come across today. Or some days you might wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to radiate love to everyone that I come in contact with. Everyone.
Yeah, I've said that many times.
Some days it may be about, I'm going to stay fully conscious. I'm going to be the observer in my life. And I'm going to notice triggers or notice things that take me out of my center. Okay? If you set that intention early in the day, you will unconsciously carry that throughout the day. And there may be times in the middle of the day where you go, wait, I'm not doing my intention. That'll kind of come back to you. Just bring yourself right back and say, okay, let's refocus. Just like in meditation, when you're meditating and thoughts come by and they go, you keep constantly refocusing, and then that stops happening after a while. So this is just a good way to start the day. If you could spend 15 minutes just centering yourself like that and setting an intention, I guarantee you your day is going to change, your energy will change, and you're going to feel like you're more guided throughout the day. Instead of reacting to things externally, you're more guided from your own internal source. And remember that the path of ascension is a path from within, not externally. And I know a lot of people when they meditate, they think, oh, let me draw in this power, draw in. Well, the reality is you are drawing up this power because it's from within you. And the truth be told, the entire universe is within your consciousness, which is inside you. Does that make sense?
You should know subtle wordplay is lost on man.
So the last thing I want to say on this is a brand new YouTube channel and just got some followers going, and I appreciate it. Great to have you guys. I would really like this channel to be an interactive channel where you guys participate just as much as I do. You have questions or things that you want to talk about on this channel, please leave notes below in the comments. For today, let's just do this. Put down 3 things that you can think of about you that are great about you, and put those in the comments. That would be just awesome. Hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome now.